Cursing Mushroom here, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video, Guardians. So today I'm going to be showing you the first step for the Warlock from green to blue armor set for the Solstice of Heroes armor set gear. This is fantastic. Got some great things to share with you guys today. I've been kind of playing with things and doing different things. So the first things first, let me show you what everything requires. And then I'm going to show you some gameplay. I'm going to give you some tips to make everything a little faster, and we'll just keep moving on. And then we'll evolve it into the blue set. So let's check out the helmet. Complete the Spark Redo mission. Get super kills in the Crucible and defeat Guardians in the Crucible. So you only have to kill 10 Guardians in the Crucible, and you have to get 30 kills with your super. This one actually hung me up a little bit because I was trying to figure out the best way to get the most kills with my super, because the 10 kills I got at the first match, it was easy. But I got kind of hung up on the super kills, kind of adjusting and stuff. For the Gauntlets, you've got complete the Homecoming Redo mission, collect Arc Orbs and Strikes, and complete a meditation for Ikora. That's not too crazy, right? And then you've got the Solstice Robes, complete the Chosen Redo mission, collect Solar Orbs, complete heroic public events. So the Solar Orbs do not have a requirement to where you can get them, and you have to complete public events that are heroic. And then for your boots, you've got complete the 1AU Redo mission, collect Void Orbs on Earth, and defeat mini-bosses. Mini-bosses is pretty much yellow bars, and you have to collect Void Orbs on Earth. Now, the Void Orbs on Earth, you're looking at 90 that you have to collect. And for the Solar, for the chest piece, I want to add that in here real quick. We're looking at 150. And then for the Solstice Bond, complete the Payback Redo mission, collect Void Orbs, and complete patrols. So you have to complete patrols and collect Void Orbs anywhere. Now for this one, the Void Orbs that you have to collect is actually 150. So you're looking at a total of 240 orbs. Let's get just into the nitty-gritty of how I did this the fastest way possible that I could find. So I made a list, 1 through 5. And the first thing I did was all the campaign missions, and I ran nothing but Void. So I ran Void Walker, Top Skill Tree, Scatter Grenade. That way I can do Implosion Grenades and get a lot of good extra explosions to try to increase the rate in which I was getting my Void Orbs. I used the M set with Dragonfly, right? That way I could get explosions. More explosions, the better. And then Telesto for the extra explosions, all explodey build with the green set. Not too bad, and it got me a lot of orbs. But I'm going to show you some gameplay here on what I decided to do, and it's a really good technique to get a lot of orbs really fast, whether it be Solar Orbs, Void Orbs, or even Arc Orbs. So let's get to the gameplay. I'll show you what I did, and then we'll get back to the rest of my list. So what I decided to do this time around is start the Spark mission and get to where the servitors are, because there are a ton of them and they're all considered yellow bars. Now I'm using the Telesto, I'm using my Void weapons, my Void super, and what you can do is you can literally kill all but like one of them, let yourself die after you collect the orbs, and it'll restart the whole encounter. You're talking a lot of orbs because you get orbs for every time you kill a yellow bar. It's fantastic. And so I just used this method to farm at first, and it worked out great. I hope it works great for you. I know I really enjoyed it. And with this Splody build, I could just blow stuff up, and it was fantastic. It's shooting this dude that just turns into other little dudes. It's fantastic. So hope you enjoyed. I hope you do it yourself. Wipe when you're ready and start it over again. But with that being said, let's get back to the rest of my list. On to my second part, solar public events that are heroic and patrols. So about 3/4 of the way through the actual story, because most of the missions are on Earth, I could take advantage of that Void and get it pretty quickly. I actually decided to change to full solar, and once I finished all the missions, I went on to the heroic public events and patrols. I finished the solar about halfway through doing those, so I could use whatever I wanted at that point. And that's what I did to help complete the boots, the chest piece, and the bond. So all 3 of these I completed really quickly shortly after doing the campaign. The best thing I can tell you to do for the public events and the patrols, look for the patrols that are kill everything pretty much, And also look for survey missions. It looks like a little compass. All you have to do is literally drive to a certain area, stand there, and it's done. So I did that in between when the heroic public events weren't happening, or I would grab it right before the event started. I would do the event, and then I'd go right to it and then jump to another location. I stayed on Earth for most of the time, but when there wasn't a public event there, or I jumped to Titan, and that's where I would jump between those two planets and finished it relatively quickly. Moving on to the Gauntlets. You've got collect arc orbs and strikes and complete a meditation for Ikora. What I just did is I used Stormcaller, of course. I used bottom skill tree. I used arc bolt grenade. And then I changed my weapons to Infinite Pass 8. And I used the Legend of Acurius for my power weapon. Now you could obviously use the Wardcliff coil if you want or something else, but I really like using shotguns, and the Legend of Acurius seemed to fit the bill. Let me go ahead and change that so you can see that real time. Now that's for the strikes. I got lucky enough to land on the new strike, and it's fantastic for this. I went from 20% to 100% in that one strike because there's a lot of yellow bars, and everything's got an arc shield, so it makes everything except the wizards. But I mean, for the most part, you've got a bunch of arc shields and no shields at all, and it's fantastic. And there's a lot of thrall. You can get a lot of orbs. So I recommend, if anything, if you've got a few extra minutes, go ahead and jump in and out of strikes until you find that strike. It will, I'm telling you, it was way worth it. I got 100%. I'd say about 78%. I think I was at 22 before I started from the first strike before, and I went all the way to 100%. So I only had to do 2 strikes. It was fantastic. So search for that strike if you can. If you're not, you know, well, today's arc day when you're seeing this video, so make sure you jump in and get it while you can. When you pick up those arc orbs, you're going to do increased damage, so it's a fantastic thing to have. Okay, so I'm not done with the gauntlets yet, but I've still got the meditation, but I do that last. Okay, so moving on to the helmet. All you have to do is kill some guardians with your super and kill some guardians in Crucible. Pick your poison. I use Dawnblade. It seemed to work out for me pretty well. A go-to build that I use pretty much for PvP is going to be Vigilance Wing, Ikelios Shotgun, and SMG. And I just had to struggle through it. What I did is I just removed this stuff and put on some of my gear. Actually, I used the Karnstein armlets. My resilience was crap, so it hindered me, but I made it through. After I did that, which was painful for some reason, sometimes it didn't count my kills, I went to the gauntlets and I did the meditation for Ikora. Now this is interesting. What I did is I went ahead and changed everything. I went, okay, I'm not going to use anything but the gauntlets. And I decided to do Utopia because you can run past everything in that mission. Just put on your best gear except the gauntlets and literally start at the beginning and run to the end, get on the tank, drive it to the end, and that's it. You don't have to shoot a single enemy in that campaign mission. So take advantage of Utopia. Trust me, you will benefit greatly for it. And that's going to be it for today's video on how to get the Warlock from the green armor set to the blue armor set. So we're going to go ahead and change it here. We're going to evolve it and see what it looks like. So I'm already here. I've been waiting for this moment. Oh, you going to stand in front of me, bruh? You going to stand in front of me, bruh? Okay. We're not looking too great. Not looking too bad. We'll go ahead and change these for you. Check them out. See what they look like on here. And then we're going to move on with our lives. I'm going to get to the legendary, so that way I can show you guys how to get to that quickly. Okay. There we go. I think it looks pretty good, peeps. Pretty good. Oh, my recovery is much better. Void weapon kills, Nightfall, arc melee kills, heroic strike, solar grenade kills. Nothing too crazy, okay? Nothing too crazy. I think I can manage. But Guardians, that's it. This is all of it that you're going to see. I'll see you next time with the legendary version once I go from blue to legendary. I'll show you how I did it. And with that being said, Guardians, I hope you have a great afternoon, morning, day, or night, wherever you may be. As usual, Cursing Mushroom out.